So we are gassing up, grabbing a little bit of cash, and now we are in the car ready to go pick up and make some Nickelodeon and SpongeBob history. You ready, Bob? I know I am. You ready, Rena?
Yeah!
So yes, we are going to go pick up something that is probably, if vintage SpongeBob had a holy grail, this is probably it. I cannot believe what we found here. I found a vintage green label SpongeBob store display, and it is absolutely massive. I'm going to show you guys a blurred out picture of what it kind of looks like here to, give you an idea of what we're working with. But it was the display that they used to highlight some of the first ever SpongeBob products to be released. I cannot believe this came up. Big shout out to my man Curtis over at Pixel Game Squad for hooking me up with the link for this when it dropped. He is on there all the time. He literally got to it within like 15 minutes of getting posted. He sent it to your boy, and I was like, I'm gonna be there. So we are gonna go pick it up. I have goosebumps, I'm giddy, and I'm ready to go. Let's go ahead and head our way there, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more about it. We're on the way there. It's about an hour drive. We are going to Rancho Cucamonga, which is a crazy, that's like a Pokemon named town in Southern California. And this sign is just like a holy grail for a lot of reasons. One being it's freaking gigantic. Two, like I said, it was a sign that was made to display all of these SpongeBob products when they first came out. It's like basically like a flagship display for the original launch. Nowadays, when you go to the store, you'll maybe see like, one, maybe two SpongeBob products if you're lucky. You guys have seen me do my hunt videos when we go to like the retailers. But when they first dropped, much like what you see if like they drop a new movie, like for example, the TMNT movie, or like, the Shrek movie when it comes out, or How to Train Your Dragon, where they have like a whole shelf that is just littered with all the different products. Much like that, when SpongeBob first came out, when it really started to hit its stride, they made at Targets and Walmarts full-blown sections that were all SpongeBob products that were available at the time. That would have been something that I only see in my most fantastical dreams. To see at a Walmart and Target is a full-blown row essentially of SpongeBob products. And this was the sign that was there to kind of be the crown on top of all that product. So for me as a SpongeBob collector, I've already said year 2025, it was his 25th anniversary. And not just that, this has kind of been the year of the sponge, the year of the biggest items, the biggest additions to the SpongeBob collection have happened this year. It has grown far beyond what it has every other year we've been doing this. So to be able to, towards the end of the year, get the display that covers over all the green label original SpongeBob products is unbelievable. But that brings me to question number 2. Where am I gonna put it? So a lot of stuff you guys know, that's the big question, right? As you guys know, a lot of stuff I end up putting in what I call the vault. And that is because right now the cavern is in what looks bigger on camera, a fairly small garage. The camera makes it look a lot bigger, I promise you. That's just kind of how all collections are. Every YouTuber that I watch or I've seen their collection in person, it always looks smaller than it is like in real life. But I'm putting this stuff to the side because I do want to expand the cavern. Right now, I don't want to put any date on it. It is a goal of mine. I have been putting money aside for several months, going on a couple of years now at this point, to hopefully move. But that takes a lot of time. And what I'm planning on doing is almost more important than the house to me, is finding a space where we can expand and grow the cavern. Not just the cavern itself, but as a video production space, because I love doing this. And having a space where I can do that is really important to me. I almost spend more time working than I do in my house. So for me, it's kind of like I want that to be the priority, but that requires a lot of steps. Being that I live in Southern California, not abnormal for houses in this area, or especially where I live, to sell from $800,000 to $1.5 million. And I'm talking about normal houses, like 3-4 bedroom houses. So I'm gonna have to move a little further out in order to get space to be able to build buildings, be able to expand everything that I want to do with my journey of collecting, because I truly love it and I want to expand on it. And then on top of it, film it for the fun of it and be able to share that with you guys. Like I always said with this channel, it started off as just a passion product, and that's how I want to keep it. So I am going to be doing the things that I would normally do anyway, but filming it with you guys. and it's gonna take a little bit of time, but in the meantime, I'm not gonna pass up opportunities to pick up some of these once in a literal lifetime almost type of items. Like this display, I've been collecting for over 10 years now, and I've never ever seen this type of item come up, let alone any display of this type of caliber. So the fact that it's for the original Green Label release, I cannot let this pass me by. So whether I find a place to put it in the cavern now or not, I'm gonna put it in the vault, capitalize on this opportunity, because I know down the line, it's gonna be something really crucial for our collection, and to see it finally get put up is gonna even be that much more rewarding. But I just wanted to share all that information with you guys. We're gonna continue on the road, and when we get to Rancho Cucamonga, I'll let you guys know what's going on. I might film, but I also don't like to film people's like house and private stuff, you know. I never met this person, they're on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm gonna pick it up, baby, and then if we load it in the car, maybe I'll drive a little bit down to like a Denny's or another sketchy parking lot, and then we'll take it all out and we'll check it out together. Get my first kind of reaction and get your guys' first look at it. For now, we continue onward. Alright guys, so we are pulling up to it right now. Like I said, I'm not gonna come up to their house like cameras ablazing. You just don't know how that's gonna go. So I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna grab it. Karina might film a little bit from the car. I don't know, maybe I'll need help, but I don't think so. And then we'll load it up to the car, and then I'll give you guys a better look once we stop somewhere. And I also think, you know, I'm looking around here and these people seem to have some money. So, so I'm thinking we stop by the local thrift stores and maybe they have some cool stuff, who knows? So I'm thinking we'll take a look at their local savers and see if, you know, maybe some of these, there's a little bit of trickle down effect into the thrift stores and we can find some cool stuff. Look at this, it is insane.
Wow.
It's so awesome. The original logo too, and it's like, I've never even seen the original logo that big before. Like I find like little tiny ones, but that's massive. It's so beautiful. It literally looks so good. And I got to get the backstory on it, and you guys are not going to believe the backstory. So we are gonna find somewhere to park real quick so we can go. And I don't wanna do this all inside their house. We did film that little clip thanks to Karina. So we're gonna take this stuff to like a place where we can get everything out the car. You guys can see it. I can see it like closer with like not being like socially awkward and trying to look at it at the same time. Like I'm so excited, but I'm also like, you know, an adult and they're adults. I don't wanna be like, ah! You know, so I was trying to keep it cool, you know, but now I'm freaking out. So we are gonna go find a parking spot so we can take a look, and then I'll explain everything. All right, so we have it all out right now. You guys can see the full display. It is unbelievable. I'm still just in shock that we actually have this here. So look over here. This right here is the SpongeBob. So behind this, you can see a little engine. So this engine, actually, you hook him on right here, and it actually, once you put the batteries in, it will rock SpongeBob side to side like this on the display. So it's a level of animatronics to the sign. Over here, you've got Patrick and SpongeBob and the jellyfish. They're all kind of risen off, so that way it gives it like a level of dynamics. And you can see right now, it's a little dusty. So I'm gonna have to clean this guy up, but you can see that behind this is a beautiful holographic finish that is unbelievable. And of course, the main beautiful, like the biggest, awesomest part, this gigantic SpongeBob OG original from 1999 to like 2005 logo. It is the biggest version of that I've ever seen. So seeing it here now, it's bigger than my car. The camera is hard to make it do justice, but it is about the same length as my car. I would say that's about maybe a 7 to 8 foot long display. And debatably, like I was gonna say, this might be one of the only ones ever that are still left on the planet Earth. And we got to save it and add it to the collection. So the backstory on this sign, I'm gonna sit here. Look good, huh? Yeah. So the background on this sign was essentially, it was a girl about the same age as me, so we had probably the same childhood. She, just like me, was a huge SpongeBob fan. She had a SpongeBob birthday party because she was gonna be getting a SpongeBob room. I had the exact same experience as a kid, so it's even cooler knowing it was owned by somebody who had essentially the same childhood as me. But she was having that birthday party, And the family had a friend who happened to be a manager at Target. So during the initial release of all the SpongeBob product, they were just starting to take everything down, and they were taking this display down. So he offered it to the family as like a celebration, you know, decorative piece for the birthday party, which, man, what an item to have for your birthday party. Having this rocking SpongeBob, like, you would have thought like, man, this was like Nick Magazine set this up, this birthday party. But then after the birthday party, they put it in the little girl's room because, again, she was going to have a whole SpongeBob bedroom set up, and they have this up there, and they actually had a mural that the father painted of some like bikini bottom windows, some jellyfish, you know, all of the bikini bottom like accents, coral, kelp leaves. So I'm sure if this girl's room literally looked, like I said, like a straight magazine display. But after that, the dad said he was kind of like me, where he was like, yeah, I didn't throw anything away. Like, I put everything in the garage. I'd find somewhere to put it because, you know, you just don't want to let go of those memories necessarily. But the garage had got to a breaking point and then they decided they were going to start selling some of the stuff off. And yeah, within 30 minutes, I reached out to them and I was able to get it. So this was the display that was at Target in 2000 to showcase the green label SpongeBob products for the first viewing, the first debut of the merchandise to the world. Which is, as a SpongeBob collector, I don't really know, like, if, I mean, I have some SpongeBob statues, and I would say even the statues, I don't think are to the scale or caliber of how insane this is to be able to add to the collection, because of the fact that it is essentially what's called ephemera, something that was designed to basically be thrown away. So if there was not for the fact that somebody ended up keeping this for 20 years, there would be no way that this would still be around. So big shout out to them for keeping literally everything, and being able to add this is fantastic. So I'm really glad to have it. Now we got to bring this back home and add it to the collection. All right, so we are going in there right now. This is the Savers in Rancho Cucamonga. So the sign, it's a nice store. I'm not gonna lie, it's a freaking beautiful store in a beautiful area. But I also have never been to this one, so I can't guarantee we're gonna find anything. It could be one of those ones like all closed, but let's just take a look and see what we got. Okay, so it's kind of a small location, but I do see a little toy section in the back here. So let's see if we can find anything cool, anything cartoon related, anything nostalgic themed that we might want to pick up here for me or for the Whatnot streams. All right, so we're looking through the bags here. I didn't see anything over like the big plushies, unfortunately. I might double check there because I hadn't looked that long, but I did see this bag with the little Simba in here. I just want to leave with something, you know, to kind of a little memory for this trip too, along with the sign. We got like the freaking like Chinese Chuck E. Cheese kind of, and then there's like of course these little reversible octopus. You got, I don't know, I thought it was Good Luck Bear, but he's got a kite on his stomach. That's Fly High Bear. Ooh, this was cool. Okay, there you go. That's actually pretty sweet. We got the Scooby right here with the tag on him too. I think this is for the movie Scoob too, so a relatively new one, and it's perfect for today as well. Okay, so we grabbed two bags. I mean, the Simba's kind of a maybe because it's $5.49, but Scooby, well, I'll say he's still worth it. Plus, you get this guy. That's Totoro from Studio Ghibli. But so far, I gotta say, I think I like our stores better. Yeah. I think ours are a little bigger. I think we got a little bit more toys and stuff like that. So I don't know, Rancho. Not looking too good. You did have the SpongeBob sign, so I'll give you that. But we're not done yet. We still have this little section here that we can check out. So let's take a look and maybe we'll see something. And I am gonna check the plush out one more time. They do have the iconic Robo Sapien in here, but it doesn't have the remote or anything like that. There's even a little mini Robo Sapien. This is just called Miffy. This is really like Y2K. It almost gives you like Lizzie McGuire vibes, but I just think it's just like a generic foam piece. For those of you guys that have never seen the inside of the Disney castle, look at this. Look at that. It's just one big room and two little small rooms. You think with all that space, they'd go do a lot more, but nope, just got that. Coming back to look at the plush one more time, we found this mystery machine, but it's just like, it's not bad, like it's $5, but it's like, I don't want everything else in here. You know what I mean? Like if there was a couple other things that were kind of interesting. What do you think? Should I just grab it for $5? Here's what I'll do. I'll grab it, and it's basically brand new. You can see literally the paper where it came off. I'm gonna grab it and I'll give it away for free on Whatnot. So you guys can win a little mystery machine, that's actually a die cast one too. Really nice quality, really detailed, like 1-to-1 to the mystery machine. So we'll give it away for free on our stream. Okay, so I was just looking around. I was just trying to get some gas money back, you know? So we got this guy. He's the Thunders, the original Thunders mascot here. I thought he looked kind of odd, but for the Golden State Warriors here in California, this is their mascot. And this is a retired mascot they don't use anymore. He sold recently for about 41 bucks. Yeah, this is our gas money back. Nice little win there. Typically, I wouldn't grab these like crunchy style plushies, but we have like few Looney Tunes collectors on our Whatnot streams that love Tweety. And this one is a fair price from, I would say probably Six Flags. And I would say probably like maybe early 2000s. And you usually never find them this clean. And he's only $6. I'm gonna grab him for sure. That is a nice little display piece for somebody in a Looney Tunes collection. Okay, and Karina is looking at the books right now. So I'm gonna find somewhere to take a nap real quick, and then after that we're probably gonna head out. There wasn't a whole lot here. I mean, I'd say the best thing was probably the Golden State Warriors thing, but really just this Tweety. That is a fantastic plush. He's so cute. Yes, he is a he. A lot of people think Tweety is actually a girl, but it is actually a boy. I thought that too for a long time. Okay, so I'm still bored waiting for Karina to get done with the books. So Ryan, just insert some elevator music here. I'm looking through the games though. We got some Sega Soccer Slam. We got the Rayman's game here. The classic Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. The best Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero rocks the 80s, but I think the best game here, probably this one right here. Who didn't go to the arcade and play this game like so freaking much? This was one of my favorite games. Me and my sister would sit there with our quarters and just play for as long as we could with the amount of quarters we had. Absolute classic. And we got some classics in here. High School Musical Extended Edition. One of the weird Stephen Amell, or is it Robbie Amell, I think his brother here, that's in the Scooby-Doo live action that goes like straight to DVD. What the heck is Busby? Have any of you guys ever seen Busby? Oh yeah, we're just getting into those like bottom of the barrel, like knockoff animation movies. Oh, but this one's actually pretty cool here. No, maybe not. But mostly goes to the R.L. Stine DVD. Oh, Karina, I'll see here. Psst. Psst. I said psst. Psst. What? Psst. Are you ready to go? Can we leave? No? Okay. Okay. Darn it. All right, so she's still looking around, guys. I'm gonna keep looking at this corner and finding something to do. We have Diego, still brand new sealed. Diego Domino's, that's Nickelodeon, but not what we want. There's Ice Age 2. This is me right here. I'm just big chillin', waiting forever. Okay, so after Karina looked at the book, she had to go to the restroom, but...
Sorry.
Just at some point we will be leaving. But I found this is a photo mosaic for The Simpsons. So it's a whole like puzzle made out of a bunch of different images and screenshots from the show. And it also comes with a giant poster inside. Very, very cool. And only $5 too. Like here's a better example. Yeah, so you can see all the different photos that they're made of. I'm gonna grab that for show. For show.
And I found this too.
Yes, very, very cute. Okay, so now we are in the car, back on the road. We are going to be heading back to the cavern so we can check out the sign a little bit better. I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit, kind of get in. I have some stuff that I use on a lot of signs and displays and stuff like that that makes them really pop. So I'm going to try to put that on there. And of course, we'll check out some of the stuff we got at the thrift store. We didn't get a lot, you know, but it was just kind of a little small trip since we were out here. There wasn't a lot of thrift stores around here too. It's a lot of like just more like living spaces. Not the store, but I mean like spaces for them to live, you know. But did you guys, when we get back to the cavern, we are on the road again.
Bye,
Give me a on the road again.
On the road again.
I guess. On the road again. So we are back in the cavern, and you guys can see I have the display set up here the best that I can. There's literally nowhere in here that I could possibly actually put it up, because if you look up here, you know, the roof has like all of these, you know, support beams, and I'm not gonna cut the sign anyway, because I thought about like, oh, what if I put it this place? But the thing is that the roof is sloped, and since there are like all of these pieces that come like separated, you know, these parts right here are like connected by glue. That's been on there for like 20 years. I think hoping that has the strength for gravity to not let this thing just rip apart would be really dumb. So I'm not gonna put it there. And then on this side of the room, it's the same thing. You've got like these bars here, you have this over here. It's just, there's really no place, but I had to pick it up because like I said, with time, I know that I will have a bigger space to work with, and I wanted to preserve it. And I'm gonna make sure I can said, order custom boxes for this, and I'm gonna put some wood structures in them to make sure it is supported in the meantime. But in my area, I don't really know any other collectors that, you know, look for stuff like this in particular. So odds are, like the person who bought it, they used it for their kid's birthday party. I think that's the only other thing somebody else might have gotten it for. And odds are they might have, what are the chances that they're gonna be like that guy who keeps everything? They might have ended up throwing it away after the birthday party. So I wanted to make sure it got in the hands of somebody that could keep this for years to come, because like I said, this is an original green label display, quite literally piece of Nickelodeon and SpongeBob history. You can even see the green label styling along the bottom here on the trim, which if you like connect that with the products, you know, that would have looked so freaking good on the shelf to have like this sea of green label product connected to this green trim with the sign and everything else above it. I can only imagine how incredible that would have looked. But now you guys can see everything a little bit closer and just see the details on everything with Gary. You got Patrick over here, and now I can also show you guys how the animatronics for the SpongeBob would have worked. So this is where it is right here. So you put in like, I think whether it's called like C batteries, D batteries. I don't have any of those right now, but I am gonna test it out. They said they never tried it, so it could work. And I don't know, I feel like it could too. You put SpongeBob on this, the hook that goes right here, and you can see the engine. I don't want to mess with it too much, but you can see it kind of spins, and as it spins, that's going to come like in a little circle, so it kind of makes SpongeBob kind of sway in a little circle. It'll kind of grab your attention while you're in the store. And can you guys think of any store display you've seen in the last 10 years that looked or did anything like that? Because I can't. That is like true 2000s. This guy is gonna be the greatest cartoon of all time, possibly, level of detail. So I just feel so grateful to actually own this, and more than that, I just feel grateful that I was able to pick this up and to be able to preserve it so it is still around for years to come. I know some people this may not be that big of a deal. It's like, who cares if this is around or not? But for me, this was such a core part of my childhood, and I know that SpongeBob, in my opinion, is like a modern day Mickey Mouse. He is a modern day Bugs Bunny. And I know there's many people just like me. I've met them. I'm in a lot of communities of people just like me that absolutely love this stuff. And being able to preserve that so it can be appreciated by those people for years to come, and also new people for years to come, is what it's all about to me. I've gotten so many amazing items in my collection. Like, for example, our SpongeBob plush, the statue here, our Nickelodeon sign, and all of these items, you know, especially this one, were essentially designed to be thrown away. And if it wasn't for the people that preserved them, I wouldn't have gotten all the joy that I've gotten from them, and many of you guys have gotten as well by seeing this collection. So I see it as me doing my own part to be able to preserve items like this. And this is one of those things that, like I said, this is a piece of merchandising history, and I couldn't think of a better item to go into the collection. And I'm so glad I got to bring you guys along for the journey. I mean, we're gonna sit on down here real quick. Right now, like, the table is sitting up like on the desk right now, so I can move this over here. The room is kind of like, I moved all the plushies, everything that was here so I could do this. So what we got at the thrift store, I wanted to share with you guys though, but you guys pretty much saw it, but just to briefly cover it, we got the Simpsons game here for $4.49. We are absolutely going to be adding this to the collection. And the Simpsons game actually sells for about 17 to 18 bucks plus $10 shipping, which is not gonna really cost that much. So probably about 20 bucks from our $5 spent. Like I said, my goal with going there was to see if we could find something cool. But then once we were already in there, we already used the gas. I was like, let's just find a couple items, you know, that'll probably be good. So the next up, we got the Flash. You guys saw him. I'm sure the Flash probably goes for like 5 to 10 bucks too. But main guy we picked up there was our Golden State Warrior plushie there, and you guys already saw him. He sells for about $45, so we'll add that to our value as well. And I only paid $28 for everything you're seeing here, so just those two items we've already doubled. We also got this really cute Scoob plushie, and he sells for about 10 bucks. And I actually really like this filming setup here. It's kind of just chill, you know? But he also had a Scooby-Doo display, not one as big as this, but probably as big as like one of the middle panels that was at Spencer's Gift, like somewhere in the mid 2000s. And he had already sold it. I already asked. He had a few other like weird displays that were at Hot Topic and stuff for other like properties at the time. And and I was like, man, I'm so glad that I got the SpongeBob one. I literally, because of Curtis, I was able to reach out to him within like less than 20 to 30 minutes after he listed it. But somebody else did pick that up, and man, I wonder what it looked like, because that sounds awesome. I probably wouldn't have gotten it anyway, just because I have like my Scooby collection at a really good point right now. We have an awesome store display from Spirit Halloween a few years back. I'm just grateful that I was able to get this one, but I did want to share that with you. So we got Scooby here, goes for about 10 bucks. Okay, and then actually, believe it or not, this Stitch, I got it for the Simba because he was so cute. He's only worth like $5, you know, with $5 shipping, so not much. And then Stitch though is actually worth 10 bucks, so not bad at all. And you know, I mostly just got it for him, so he was just a bonus. And then we got this mystery machine. It's not really worth that much more than $5 considering it's loose out of the box, but I still think it's a really cool piece. And like I said, I got this so I could give it away to one of you guys for absolutely free. We also have our SpongeBob giveaway going on over there very soon on our Whatnot stream. So if you guys aren't already on our Whatnot stream, make sure you guys go check it out. That link's down below. When you sign up, you get $15 for free towards your first pickup, and whenever I get duplicates, extra items, stuff that I just think is cool, I always bring it over there for you guys. And our starting bids are always much less than what the product actually even goes for. So we'd love for you guys to come check it out, support the show, but you don't have to buy anything to enter in on the giveaways. They are absolutely free. The shipping is even paid for. All you have to do is come on down. And if you guys want to take that extra step further, you guys can support the show through Patreon here, or also the YouTube memberships. Either way, you get access to never before seen videos, as well as some new videos that I have coming down the line. And on Patreon, you also get extended versions of every single video that I do here on YouTube, as well as get invited to our Discord and a bunch of other perks. So go check that out. Before we go anywhere, you know the drill. Let's just take one last beautiful look at it. Scan it! Okay, so on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Let me know what you guys think about the display. And if you guys want to support, again, Patreon, Whatnot, all that information is in the description down below. I will see you guys in this video over here, which I know you're gonna love. And I might have another very special pickup video going on very, very soon here of another incredible item that you would never believe is still around. And it's not SpongeBob, it's actually Nickelodeon themed. So stay tuned for that one. But anyway, I'll see you guys in that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios and bloop!